Guys, please do subscribe to our channel and support us. Let me ask you something. Have you ever walked into a room and felt like people noticed you, but you weren't sure why? Not because you were trying, not because you were dressed to impress, but something about you made people look, and then later, you brushed it off, thinking they're probably just being polite. But what if you were wrong? What if you're far more attractive than you've been telling yourself? Because here's the truth. As we get older, we don't always see ourselves clearly. We compare ourselves to who we used to be, to younger versions, to unrealistic standards. And slowly, we start believing that our beauty is fading. But what if it's not fading? What if it's evolving, becoming deeper, stronger, more magnetic? Today, we're going to talk about something powerful, the subtle signs that you are a truly attractive older woman, even if you don't realize it. And once you see these signs, you may never look at yourself the same way again. Let's start with something most people overlook. Your presence, not your appearance, not your clothes, but the way you feel to others. Have you ever noticed that people enjoy being around you? They smile more. They relax more. They open up more. That's not accidental. That's energy. Because real beauty is not just what people see. It's what they experience. Now imagine this. You're talking to someone, and they lean in. They listen closely. They don't rush the conversation. They're engaged. That's not just politeness. That's attraction. Not surface-level attraction, but something deeper, something real. Now let's move to something even more telling. The way people compliment you. Think about it. When someone says, "You have such a warm presence," or "I love talking to you," or "You carry yourself so gracefully," those aren't random compliments. Those are reflections of how people feel around you. Because when beauty matures, it shifts. It's no longer just about looks. It's about impact. Now pause for a moment. What kind of compliments do you receive? Because they reveal more than you think. Now let's talk about something many women don't notice, but others do. Your style and elegance. Not trends, not flashy fashion, but how you present yourself. Have you ever had someone younger compliment your outfit? Ask where you got something? Or simply say, "I hope I look like you when I'm your age." That's powerful, because younger people don't admire perfection. They admire authenticity, confidence, ease. Now imagine this. You're not trying to compete with youth. You're not trying to fit in. You're simply being yourself. And that's exactly what makes you stand out. Because true elegance is effortless. Now take a moment. Think about how you show up in the world. Because what we've talked about so far is just the beginning. Let's continue. Because now we're going to talk about the signs that are even more powerful. The ones you don't see in the mirror, but others feel instantly. Let's start with something simple, but incredibly revealing. Eye contact. Have you ever noticed that when you speak, people really look at you? Not a quick glance, not distracted, but focused, present, engaged. That's not random, because eye contact is one of the strongest signs of connection. And connection is one of the deepest forms of attraction. When people hold your gaze, they're telling you something without words. You matter. I'm interested. I feel something here. Now imagine this. You're in a conversation, and the person in front of you doesn't check their phone. They don't look away. They stay with you. That's presence meeting presence. And that's powerful. Now let's go deeper, because this next one changes everything. The way people listen to you. Think about it. When you speak, do people interrupt? Or do they wait? Do they rush past your words? Or do they take them in? Because when someone truly listens, it means your voice carries weight. It means your presence has impact. And that kind of impact is incredibly attractive, not because of how you look, but because of who you are. Now imagine this. You're sharing a story, and people lean in. They smile. They respond thoughtfully. That's not just conversation. That's connection. Now let's talk about something even more important. Confidence. Not loud confidence. Not attention-seeking. But quiet confidence. The kind that doesn't need approval. The kind that simply exists. Have you ever noticed that people treat you with respect? They value your opinion. They seek your advice. They give you space to speak. That's not coincidence. That's the energy you carry. Because confidence changes how people see you. It changes how they respond to you. And most importantly, it changes how you experience yourself. Now imagine this. You walk into a room, and instead of wondering how others see you, you feel grounded, at ease, comfortable in your own skin. That feeling alone is magnetic. Now let's bring everything together. Because what we've talked about today is not about trying harder. It's about recognizing what's already there. Your presence, your energy, your style, your voice, your confidence. These are not small things. They are the foundation of real beauty. The kind that doesn't fade. The kind that grows stronger with time. Now imagine this. You stop questioning your worth. You stop comparing yourself to the past. And you start seeing yourself clearly as someone who carries grace, depth, strength, warmth. Because here's the truth. You were never losing your beauty. You were evolving into it. And once you see that, everything changes. Now let me ask you, which of these signs felt familiar? And more importantly, what would happen if you started believing it? Because sometimes the only thing standing between you and confidence is recognition. Thanks for watching.